Greetings, listeners. Welcome back to Reopening the X-Files. Marina and Nate's shallow walk through the TV phenomenon, The X-Files. I'm Nate, also known as the Ultimate Movie Geek, and once again I'm joined by Powell, aka Mrs. Movie Geek. Hello.
Hiya.
Nice long weekend?
Lovely, yeah. Lovely long bank holiday.
Sunny, warm, relaxing, 4-day weekend. And now it's over.
Not relaxing, you've been digging the back garden out.
Well, yeah.
Shifting about 10 tonne of soil.
Things have to be done. It'll rain now.
Yeah. No, it's amazing. We're on lockdown and it's been so sunny.
Yeah, I know.
So we're lucky we've got a garden, really, so...
Yeah, made it a bit better.
Yeah.
To sit out. So we're back with episode 6, Shadows, which is supernatural episode. I'll go through it. In the episode, Mulder and Scully investigate the death of 2 muggers and encounter an office worker who may be haunted by the spirit of her dead boss, who is using her to uncover his murderer and discover covert arms deals made with Middle East radicals. There you go. That's the episode in a nutshell. What do you think of this one?
I loved this one. This was one of my real... I think the whole first series for me, because like I said before, there was nothing like it at that time, like when I was younger. There was other stuff, obviously, that was, out of sync with me growing up. But it was just fascinating and interesting. And I thought, like I say, I do find this stuff fascinating. And it was about, like, a poltergeist. You didn't know if it's a poltergeist or an out-of-body experience. And the whole seeing stuff move, and was it her being autokinetic, was it her, like the Firestarter film, was it, stuff like that?
Whatever it was, it was something surrounding, she was called Lauren Kite, the woman. Everything happened around her, so she got mugged at the beginning, and then something happened to the muggers. They both got killed.
They got the throats crushed, didn't they, from the inside? Yeah. I do. This is one that I loved. I really remember watching this and really enjoying it, because you could see the shape of whatever it was, and you weren't sure until you found out her ex-boss, who she was really close to, and they had a good relationship, and I think he'd lost his daughter, and she'd have been a similar age to Lauren, so his secretary. He was really nice to her and treated her really kindly. And she was obviously nice to him and loved working with him, so they had a real good relationship. And it was then you sort of go, no, it's him then, it's obviously him, because you don't know at first.
No, it's left ambiguous, isn't it? And even early on, when like Mulder and Scully are assigned to this via the NSA, because the NSA don't know what's going on, and because they're the only ones who deal with the X-Files and stuff like this, they've asked for their expertise, but they don't give them enough information. But Mulder, being Mulder, is able to ascertain where the bodies turned up dead, because one of the agents says a 40-minute air flight or something like that.
Yeah.
And so it's quite, again, it shows how clever Mulder is in even investigating another government branch.
Yeah, he's super intelligent, isn't he, Mulder? And he said it before, I think a lot of people think he was wasted on the X-Files and he's purposely put himself there. But I think he's so intelligent because he doesn't outright dismiss things, because you know, with some stuff you just can't, no matter how much, science you can't prove it in science, but it doesn't mean there are lots of things you can't explain. We're just not necessarily clever enough to understand stuff at the minute. And I think I think Mulder gets that, and he's more open to anything, because it could be anything. The guy, the main guy who's died and is protecting his secretary, he's meant to have killed himself.
Suicide.
I'll tell you what makes me laugh. It's on now. The guy when they go to the cemetery to go to his grave, and it's a creepy old guy in the cemetery, and he kind of knows where everybody's buried and this, that and the other, and knows about the family history, because he tells them about the daughter and everything else. He's like something out of Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, I know what you mean, yeah.
He's like the creepy caretaker out of Scooby-Doo.
So you can get a bit on. Oh no, he's gone now. Never mind.
It's
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a bit tongue in cheek.
If it was Scooby-Doo, he'd be the one
yeah.
He'd be the first
suspect,
yeah.
But this is a good, again, I think, pretty solid episode.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the first ones I can remember being about ghosts, like a poltergeist.
Yeah, well, it is.
A grounded spirit.
Yeah. We're only 86 episodes in.
Yeah.
The majority of them have been aliens and
conspiracy.
tombs.
Yeah. But no, I really, really enjoyed this one, and like when they're looking at photos of her and stuff, and there's a man stood behind her, and then they look and they get a picture of him and Scully. Even though she must know, it's like, oh no, well somebody's obviously altered the camera and altered the picture.
Does she say that, or is it?
She tries to explain it away, and it's like,
well, you do. I suppose
you would,
scientist, you're gonna have to, aren't you? Because you've never.
To be honest, I would,
like
unless
that,
you took the picture yourself and it was your own film and you developed it yourself. You probably would go, it's fake. Because you would. It's your natural thing, isn't it? Unless you did it all yourself.
Like, she is a scientist. Her background is science. And that's all she believes in and all she knows, really. Yeah. Whereas Mulder has had this traumatic event early in his life. So he believes in something. He wants to believe. So, yeah, he's not going to question it.
Yeah, it is good. It's like a bit of a spooky
That's quite creepy, actually.
Yeah,
because we've got it on in the background just to jog our memories and stuff. So, and it is the picture that
they zoom in.
That Mulder has taken. They've been on surveillance. They've taken a picture, and there is the man standing behind them.
Yeah, and it's clearly her ex-boss.
Yeah, but now they're thinking, did he kill himself?
Yeah, they think it might be
like a fake.
Yeah, the guy. It was the guy with the canoe. I can't think what he's called. It's like an infamous case. It was like an infamous case, and he buggered off in a canoe, and all they found was a canoe, and he'd gone to live in like somewhere random, like Bolivia or something.
South America, something like that.
Yeah. But they do think, they're onto that, and he's done it to get money or to escape, and it isn't. It is just it's him. But then the company become aware that she's a threat.
Well, I think that's why those two people went after her, because they. It turns out it's the guy's partner, the guy who killed the suicide. He was Robert Dorland, and his partner Howard Graves. Hang on.
No, Howard Graves.
Howard Graves was the guy who killed himself.
Killed himself. Well, he didn't kill himself, but it was her boss.
Yeah. So the other guy, Robert Dorland, has been selling. Well, what is it? Secrets or arms and stuff to the Middle East.
He's been a very naughty boy.
He's been a very naughty boy. And
I think he then starts thinking that she knows.
And because she wants to leave as well.
Yeah. And it's interesting. It's very clever, and it's very scary, because like she hears somebody in her bathroom at night. It wakes her up, and she goes out, and she's got a baseball bat. And we've all been there when you think somebody's in your house, no matter how daft it is. We've all must have been there, and you think, oh my god, somebody's in the house.
Yeah, I've heard creeping.
And you shit yourself. But can you imagine like being outside your bathroom and hearing somebody out like fighting as if they're
being drowned?
Yeah. Oh. And actually, what he was recreating for her to make her realise is that he was in the bath, and they came in and overwhelmed him, and made it look like he'd killed himself in the bath. And actually, he hadn't, and he wanted her to see that, so she understood that he hadn't. It's a clever visual as well. Yeah, that the blood pool in the bath and starting to come out.
Like it's coming out of veins that aren't there.
Yeah, it is a really like creepy episode, really. Yeah. I really enjoyed it, and I did find it quite a scary one.
Yeah.
But a good one, because it's like all the little things you see, and you think, oh god, yeah, that'd be dead good, if that was real. But it wouldn't be good. You'd absolutely
you'd crap yourself.
Poop your pants, wouldn't you? But it's good. Tell you what always makes me laugh as well. And I said this to you when we watched it, because they have a car accident, don't they? It's like the car malfunctions, and
it starts reversing, doesn't it, down the street?
Yeah.
And Mulder can't change it.
So they have a minor sort of crash, this Mulder and Scully, and he gets out and he's looking at the car, and he's like, it's a brand new car, that because they always have a different car, don't they, every week. the budget must have been phenomenal in the FBI.
Well, it's just a hire car from
Yeah,
when
I know,
where they
but
fly.
my point is, when I was younger and watched these cars were all quite smart. I mean, they were never brilliant
Well,
cars.
it's just like
but
getting
they were
them
all
from
like quite,
Hertz or something.
yeah, but they were all quite nice cars. I can remember thinking, oh, that's quite a nice car.
Well, I did.
And like now, it's like
they're
oh
really
my
old and
God.
boxy.
It's like watching like when you watch Starsky and Hutch or
Yeah.
something. Like
No, but they
really,
were nice.
yeah, no, but it like really dates it.
Yeah, it
That's
does.
the thing. I think there's a few things like that date it.
And yeah, so it's hair.
Yeah, but one of the last times we watched
Mother's
it,
ties.
I didn't feel like it aged a little bit, but not loads. And then this time that we're watching it,
the last time we did this, last time we ran through all the X-Files episodes, it was 10 years ago.
Oh, right, maybe
It was
that's
just
why.
after the first one was born.
Yeah.
And we'd started watching it after he went to bed. The first one, we've got 3. And so we did that, so it was 10 years ago.
Yeah, maybe that's why then, yeah. But it's there's certain things, some things it's hardly different. And then some things you're just like, jeez, how is this old?
I do still think that it still lives up to it and still stands up.
It does, yeah.
Perfectly well.
Yeah, it's very well written.
It's like the only things that really stand out is just the technology. And like you say, the cars, the mobile phones are massive
computers,
bricks.
Yeah.
They've got lovely antenna that comes out or whatever it is.
I used to have one of them. Yeah.
So did I.
Yeah, and the claws.
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't think the claws were ever really great in it, to be honest. They're FBI agents.
Well, I don't think they're too bad.
I don't think they've ever been stylish.
Scully
never was.
They're supposed to be
massive shoulder pads.
What was it? G-men, aren't they? They're supposed to be that type, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, look at that shirt. I know you can't see it, listeners, but it's
her leaving
hideous.
party in it, and it looks like an American Indian shirt. It's got like little triangles.
Oh no, it's not a shirt. It's a waistcoat as well.
Looks like she's made it herself.
Yeah.
You know, like one of your aunties make you stuff at Christmas, like hand knitted, and it's all like out of shape and random. It's a bit like that, isn't it?
Yeah. Anyway, so you enjoy this one, yeah?
Yeah. This again is another one where I really remember quite a lot about it, and I remember watching it that first time.
Yeah.
Because you can't say that for them all.
Again.
Yeah.
It's the playing cards for me. Which scene do you reckon was on the playing card?
Out of this?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
It's the one where Mulder walks into the house and there's
and then she's
this
up
guy
there, the guy's
floating
up
in the air, being choked.
Yeah.
And that was
again,
on the playing card.
Mulder sees that, doesn't he?
Well, we'll get to that in Fanboy Facts because it is the first time this... what's it called? It's like... a recurring motif throughout the series. Anyway, shall we get on to everyone's favourite part of the show?
Your favourite part of the show, yeah.
Everyone's favourite part of the show.
Fanboy Facts.
I think there's six of us now. Fanboy Facts. I don't know. Have you ever seen the film The Entity from 1982 with who starred Barbara Hershey?
Who's Barbara Hershey?
An actor from the 80s. She was also in the X-Files later on, season 11.
Oh, I don't know.
Anyway, The Entity was about a woman who I think it was allegedly supposed to be based on a true story. Allegedly. I don't know. But she was raped by a invisible ghost thing. But yeah, that was
Succubus and Incubus.
Well, I can't remember what it was. I remember seeing the film years ago. And they catch the entity in ice, but it breaks out.
Right.
I can't remember. Awful. A long time ago. Well, yeah, but this episode is partially based on that.
Right, just something that's become attached to her.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's not raping her.
No,
He's looking after her.
That'd be really dark.
It would be really dark. It's quite a dark film, actually. For industrial fans, generating winds up to 100 mph were used to create the climactic office hurricane. The scene was filmed late at night, and the noise generated by the fans was so loud that an infuriated neighbour started to complain about it.
Oh God. Yeah, you wouldn't want to be in that building, would you?
When Mulder and Scully are in the car park, Howard Graves' car park space is being renamed. The name being painted on is Tom Braidwood, who is the actor who plays Frohike. and he's also an assistant director on the series. I didn't know he was an assistant director.
No, I didn't, and I did notice the name tonight actually when it was on before. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Remember which one Frohick is?
No.
It's the older one. The one who fancies Scully.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, this is it. We're on the scene now where she's being attacked in a house, and someone's being choked out.
Yeah, they've come to kill her. They've come to run the bath, and so it's these are the two who killed the boss, and he's just killed the woman, crushed her throat.
And he gets raised off the ground, and we'll see in a minute because the next fanboy fact is about the recurring motif throughout the series. So the guy's being beaten up. Mulder and Scully arrive in their car, and they see what's going on. Mulder...
You don't see what's going on, they hear.
They hear it, okay.
And Mulder gets out straight away. Don't ask me what Scully's doing.
It's her seatbelt. It's her seatbelt. It's a seatbelt. The episode features the recurring motif. Oh look, that there you go. That's the picture. Shot. That's the.
And he's just stood by the front door, and the guy's in front of him being choked midair and dropped.
He's seen it. His face, his mouth is wide open. It's amazing. So yeah, the recurring motif is that Scully is delayed and misses the paranormal activity, whereas Mulder's there. So Mulder has seen it, and the reason why this is put in is
to infuriate the fans.
To infuriate us, yeah. How many times you'd be like, Scully, look up! Don't collapse! Turn your head, you'll see the spaceship. This is the writer's trick to help preserve the trademark Scully skepticism.
Yeah, because I suppose if she saw all the stuff the Mulder's seen...
She'd be like, oh my god, Mulder, you were right.
She'd probably just quit.
Yeah.
Being in some sort of asylum somewhere,
nope,
I would be.
I'm out of here.
Crikey.
When Mulder and Scully are in the library, if you look at the newspaper report above the story of Howard Graves' suicide, there is an article about a killer who extracts his victims' livers and escapes from impossible locations. This is a reference to an earlier episode.
Oh, no way. I might have to watch that.
Might have to rewind it and have a look. Now, the episode, the executive producers, Glenn Morgan and James Wong, were under pressure from Fox executives to have Mulder and Scully investigate what the executives considered to be traditional paranormal cases involving ghosts, as opposed to liver-eating mutants or extraterrestrials, right? So Morgan and Wong essentially wrote the episode to get the executives off their back.
The peas
to shut them up.
Powers that be.
And again, it's an episode what is quite memorable and gives X-Files what it is, and it's strange that you think of studio interference and all that sort of stuff being quite
negative.
What's it called?
Control.
Restrictive, but they've been able to pull this episode out of the hat because they needed to do it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But it was as a fan, it was an enjoyable one.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
But it showed that there's more to it than just aliens again.
Yeah, but you do need. It is about the unexplained. It's not about It's not about aliens.
Yeah, I know the story about the conspiracy and the aliens and all that sort of stuff is the main thing.
Yeah.
But you need these to just balance everything out.
Because this is all the stuff these are your classic ghost stories that you hear and the folklore and the urban legend. You ever hear about that one about the secretary who's lost it? It's. These are the daft things that you do need in as
you ever heard the story about Eddie, the escalator? I can't remember. What's the story that tell the kids when they're messing around with the escalator?
Oh, I can't remember.
Escalator Eddie.
Escalator Eddie and his 3 fingers or something. Yeah. The kids just laugh at you because they think you're mental.
They laugh at me.
Yeah.
I know Eddie.
I do enjoy this one.
Yeah.
It's classic ghost tale of and somebody who was wronged in life getting justice, I suppose. Well, not justice, but getting revenge and to some degree justice because they do find out that the partner has been involved in all that, and they do realise that he was murdered and not killed himself. Yes. So they are brought to justice for what they did.
He fades away.
Yeah, but I mean, she'll never be right again, would she? I wouldn't be.
Well, there's a scene at the end, isn't there, where she's moved cities and gone to a different job.
Yeah.
And then her desk starts to shake.
Yeah, the desk of the woman who's recruited her.
Yeah, it's just
and she
trains,
panics and it's actually just because of Subway or whatever's too near. But yeah, no, good episode. I think
very good,
enjoyable.
Next episode tomorrow night will be Ghost in the Machine, which
another good one, I think.
Yeah, it's all right. Again, I think it's a lot of dated.
Yeah. Well, it is now. Yeah.
Well, we'll get there, and we'll see you tomorrow. Just do me a little sign off. Thanks for listening and watching, or whichever platform you're on. Remember, you can follow on Twitter at Movie Ultimate and on Instagram and Facebook at Ultimate Movie Geek. And please subscribe and share, and see you tomorrow.
I made this.
There you go.